chapter begins with the heroes asking Monoma if something went wrong with erasure because of the hands that started to come out of Shigaraki. He says no, and Shigaraki is still unable to use quirks, and Tomura himself explains that it is just a growth of his body. Just as people's hair and fingernails grow, his flesh is expanding. This is because of the effect of the evolution of quirks in his body and is the end result of the singularity point theory researched by Dr. Garaki. And also Rukasu is saying hi here, so hi Rukasu. I don't know if you're trying to make fun of me with this or if this is a legitimate hello. Either way, check out Rukasu's Discord. He always has the spoilers available, I think on Wednesday nights, at the latest Thursday mornings, Eastern time. It's called Shonen Paradise. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. Turns out that this is in fact the quirk singularity happening in real time. And of course, we also talked about this many times as like homage to what was happening with Tetsuo in the Akira movie. It also makes me wonder if this is going to be addressed outside of this battle. Like, since this is the final arc, a lot needs to be wrapped up, and I wonder if Horikoshi is going to take care of the quirk singularity, because he kind of set it in place that no matter what happens, humanity is doomed. And I made a video about this a couple months ago, but I speculated that I think Izuku might wind up like sacrificing himself so that all quirks can be nullified, because if they're not, then like I said, everybody in theory will eventually become like uncontrollable Aries or all Tetsuos. I mean, maybe not right now, but you know, in 100 years or whatever, it's inevitable. He says that this is the future that awaits superhuman society, and that the heroes don't understand the real implications of all of this. Mirko's mechanical arm and leg have been destroyed, but she shouts spares, and the compartment comes out of the ground, giving her replacement limbs to equip. She tells Bakugo not to rush into anything, and the two start arguing because he wants to be called the Great Explosions Murder God Dynamite. Gina interrupts these fools and asks them to focus. Monoma assures Aizawa that he hasn't failed and continues to erase Shigaraki. Aizawa knows it, but is worried. We see that Mandalay is also there, and she says that Midoriya has contacted her through her telepathy quirk. He tells Aizawa that he has been pulled by Toga and is on Okuto Island. Just as he is about to ask Monoma to open another portal, a scream is heard, and the communication is cut off. But yeah, it seems like we're getting back to the Izuku storyline, which got cut off in the previous chapter because we were dealing with the whole Shigaraki fight stuff. Aizawa is thinking about the limits of Monoma's quirk. He can't copy and use two quirks simultaneously, so to open a portal, he would have to turn off the erasure for at least 10 seconds before turning it back on. In that moment, if Shigaraki uses decay, it will be all over. Aizawa then contacts Midoriya again and asks him to get to UA on his own, since it won't be possible to open any more portals. Meanwhile, they will try to defeat Shigaraki even without the help of One For All, and we see a panel showing the 6 heroes who are all in battle with a determined expression. This makes me wonder, like, are they going to defeat Shigaraki without Izuku? I mean, I would be down for that. It would certainly be diverting our expectations, because we just, you know, all expect Izuku to eventually come there and defeat Shigaraki. Kind of destined to happen, but if it's not that, and they actually just grind it out and defeat him, I think that would be really cool. I mean, Izuku will eventually be the one to save Shigaraki by, you know, making him Tenko again somehow. But if he's not the one that like directly defeats him, and it's this team here, that would be cool. But, you know, not guaranteed, of course. I think Horikoshi is probably going to land this pretty traditionally. The scene cuts to Okuto Island, which is about 200 kilometers off the coast of the Pacific Ocean. The Okuto Aquarium is the main tourist attraction there and is well known both in Japan and abroad. Gang Orca is the director of the aquarium, and that is where the battle is taking place. We see him shouting for others to dodge, and then a large-scale attack coming from Inomu. The upper part of his body is floating in the air, while the others are spread out around him and stretching towards the ground, generating huge waves of water. Also, there is Moonfish, the tooth villain who was defeated by Tokoyami during the forest training camp. He is dressed differently and is giving the heroes a hard time. Sirius asks Tsuyu if she is okay, and she confirms, but says that Deku and Uraraka were separated from the rest of the group after the last blow. Alright, so we saw Moonfish was originally in Tartarus. After we saw Tokoyami / Berserk Dark Shadow defeat him. And once the Tartarus prison break happened after the war arc, he was a part of the initial wave of prisoners we saw breaking out, and he's finally coming back here. Uraraka asks what Aizawa answered, and Deku says that he will have to go to UA on his own. Ochako is about to tell him to hurry, but Toga appears and tries to cut him off. She asks him not to leave because she loves him, and Deku can't understand why Danger Sense didn't activate, even when a knife was coming his way. He remembers the conditions of activation and the fact that the danger has to be assimilated as a real danger. He asks Toga what she wants from him, and she replies that she would like him to become her boyfriend. Deku then finally understands that she hurts other people out of a pure sense of admiration and love, so the danger sense does not pick up on it as a dangerous intent. End of chapter. So that's it. Toga wants Izuku to be her boyfriend. And I guess it's really not that much of a surprise, to be honest, because she's always kind of blushed and had this admiration for him from afar and up close, and has had this obsession with him. But the fact that it's like literally being said outright here, it's just odd. I mean, obviously it can't go anywhere. It's not like Izuku's going to be like somebody watching this video and be like, yes, please be my girlfriend. Yes, I'll do anything for you. He's going to be like, no. But, you know, in a nice Izuku/Tanjiro way, he's going to let her down lightly. But like I've also said before, Toga will eventually be saved here. I'm not saying that she's guaranteed to live, but she will have some kind of redemption because, you know, as I've also been saying, she's a victim of circumstance. And it's even kind of being hammered home here by she attacks people out of admiration and love. And this is shaky ground to cover for Horikoshi, I'll say, especially for like a shonen manga, which doesn't typically address like mental health issues outright, kind of just looks at them in a general sense. Toga obviously is one of the more complex characters, I'll say, especially once you get to know more of her backstory and why she is the way that she is. So it's like a simple talk no jutsu, I don't know if necessarily is enough here. And also what I said in my, I think 2 videos ago or whatever, when I was talking about Toga, I don't even know what a proper way of handling all of this would be, because it's such a complicated situation. And of course I get the fan service-y part of it. I mean, that works for sure. I'm sure there's a whole portion of this audience that is loving this, but then there's the other portion that is like, where's this going? But let me know what you think about this in the comments. If you liked the video, please give it a like, and check out Rukasu's Discord. He always has the spoilers, I think Wednesday night, Thursday morning at the latest Eastern time. But yeah, subscribe as well, and have a great day. I'll see you next one.